Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while. I've been a little bit busy with my own work, with my thesis. I'm still writing it, but I thought I was gonna make a video to make sure that you guys have something to enjoy meanwhile. And today's video, I was thinking we can continue on the archetypes. And one of the feminine archetypes I really wanted to talk about today is the coquette feminine archetype. And I do think that this archetype is very well known. I think it's one of the most popular ones on, for instance, TikTok, YouTube. I see the coquette is extremely popular with young people. So I thought, let me try to find somebody that can actually embody that archetype a little better. And at first I was thinking Lily Rose Depp, but since I've already made a video of her earlier, I was thinking let's just take another one, and I thought of Sabrina Carpenter. She's doing very well right now with her new songs. I thought, why not just see how her feminine energy is? And I would define her as the coquette feminine archetype. Firstly, what even is the coquette feminine archetype? I would say the best way to describe the coquette feminine archetype is somebody with a hot and cold energy. And what I mean with that is, think of those people in your life that you meet and they seem so interested, intrigued, they're even flirting with you, making you feel like you're the most important person in their lives. And then when they're not there, it's like you never really existed to them. But it's not in a malicious way, it's more in they're more focused on their own life and their passion type of way. And you're not the end all be all to their lives. They have so many other loves and so many other passions in their lives that fuel them. And they're not gonna use their energy on just one thing. They're gonna use it on all aspects in their lives. So it would be somebody that makes you feel like you're so important in their lives. And when you're not there, you're just wondering, where is this person? Where have they gone? I can't feel their energy anymore. And it is a very powerful tool to use, especially with men. For some reason, they really do like when you are very much this hot and cold energy, because it keeps intriguing them and it keeps making people think about you more. They're always trying to solve this puzzle with you because they never understand how you can be so hot and cold all the time. So mastering this energy can make you very, very, very attractive to a lot of people, and it can keep them on their toes. Especially with men, it keeps them on their toes, always guessing. And I think in human nature, one of the things that we all crave is to kind of try to understand things. We don't want something to be just easily understood. We don't want somebody to just be easy to dissect. We want somebody that's always making us question, think, and wonder. That makes them more attractive in our eyes. And that is what the coquette feminine archetype represents. So, with that being said, how does Sabrina Carpenter show this energy? And I think number one with the coquette to remember with her is that the coquette is have their emotional side very much in check. They know how to use their emotions and when not to use their emotions, because they will prioritize a lot of things in their lives, but often romantic relationships are not necessarily their most important thing. They have passions, as I said before. They have passions, they have interests, and usually those are the real true loves of their lives. And because of that, they know how to be emotionally in check, and they know how to be driven by their logic in that sense. So for instance, one thing Sabrina Carpenter says is, the relationships that I actually want to put my energy into have to be so interesting or so invigorating, because they can take away from me other things I love. And to me, that is something a coquette would say, because to them, they just crave passion and they want to feel like they are 100% in their work, in their causes, what drives them. That's what is truly what connects them to themselves, is their drive and inner passion for their causes. So if they meet somebody that equals that feeling of passion they have for other things in their lives, then they may consider being with them. But if it doesn't hold up to that standard, they're not going to waste their time, because they understand in a way how life is all about creating loves in every aspect. Love for your work, love for your friends, love for, your causes, your passions. All of these things are so important to them. So just romantic relationships aren't the end all be all to these people, and they understand that very well. And I think that's a really important trait to have, especially in today, because I feel like as women, unfortunately, we put a lot of emphasis on romantic relationships, on men. If you are into men, then I feel like society pushes us a lot to be putting them on a pedestal and thinking that we need to be in a relationship or we're failing. And I think that is such a wrong way to think of life. Life is so much more than that. It is about building and creating relationships with your friends, your family, finding passions, finding what drives you. And once you fill your life with all of this joy, you're just not gonna let any type of person come into your life and drag it down, because you have established such a healthy and incredible relationship with everything else around in your life, and you're happy. So keeping that in mind, I think that can really, really benefit a lot of women and make them feel more happy. So that's what the coquette really understands. And another thing with the coquette energy is they're experts at leaving situations, and they also know when to stay. And I think that goes back to the hot and cold energy. They know when to leave, and when they have overstayed their welcome, they also know when is the right time to stay and make people have a great impression of you. This is a skill. It takes time. I feel like it took me years to realize that too. But being able to know when you are overstaying or you are staying too long, I think those are really attractive traits in people. And not even just in people's lives, but just in relationships and everything in general. Knowing when to leave situations makes you more desirable, because it makes people think that she understands her value. She understands when to, give off her opinions and when to leave, because it's not worth her time anymore. Time is the most precious thing in the world. And when you use it accordingly, when you use it effectively, you make people realize that your time is important, and they're not going to want to waste it, because they know that, let's say a guy try to waste your time and you tell them, I'm not going to stay if you continue to do this. They're going to take you seriously. They might test you, but they're going to take you seriously and realize that you value yourself, you value your time, and essentially a lot of people are replaceable. So if they don't step up, you're gonna continue to move on, and you're going to continue to be great, because that's that is your energy, especially if you're a coquette. So one thing Sabrina Carpenter says, which I really like, is she says, I live every day, day by day. I will go wherever life takes me. I'm not questioning it. And I think that is a very coquette thing to say, because you're not really sitting and allowing things to happen to you. You're not allowing external things happen to you. No, you have a certain control when it comes to how you react and your decision making. And knowing when situations are not beneficial for you is one of the most feminine, attractive traits to ever have. If there's one thing I could ever teach everyone out there, especially women, is know when to leave and know your worth, because you are so precious and life is so precious. So when you realize that, you're not going to be tolerating any kind of behavior that you don't want. So that is very much in the coquette feminine energy. Next up is independence. As I said before, the coquette doesn't really rely on other romantic relationships to define them. What defines them is what drives them, their purpose, their causes, their passions. Those things really define them, and that's what makes them happy. And they kind of have that in check, and that is their priority in life, is to continue that. So Sabrina Carpenter says that in this article, she says that she's not someone who actively looks for a relationship. She then describes that effort that comes with dating and how she embraces the beginning stages of a romance. So that is very much a coquette. They don't actively look for anything. They just honestly are so focused on themselves and making themselves happy and fulfilled that everyone else needs to, if it comes, it comes. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to be sad about it, because I have so many other things going for me and I'm so happy. And that is the type of independence that makes somebody very attractive, especially a coquette, because this is what defines them. They are so happy by themselves. They're not scared to be by themselves. In fact, I think they actually enjoy more being by themselves, because they realize the power that holds and how scary it can be to people who are insecure. Because if you're insecure, you're always looking for external validation, external relationships, you're codependent, and those are all so toxic traits to have. And it's also very much not feminine at all, because you're not realizing your worth. So understanding the importance of being independent and doing things by yourself and in actually trying to enjoy them is going to be such a superpower when it comes to the relationships or encounters you have with other people, because they're going to realize that, okay, this woman, she is so independent, she loves being by herself. If I don't step up and I'm a good addition to her life, she's probably not going to want to talk to me anymore. And why would she? She's so happy anyways with or without me. So to have that trait, I think it's going to be so beneficial in every aspect of your life. So the next one is with the coquette is they're never tied down. Sabrina Carpenter says, the only way I'll make it through is if I never actually fully feel established, because I'll always just keep working. So I think coquettes are so driven. They're so driven towards what they want. They're so focused on what they want. And they try to always see the future in a way where it can always improve. They can always become better, and they're very, very strong people in that way. And I love that about coquettes so much. So having this sense of I'm never gonna settle, and I'm gonna continue to work on myself, continue to improve my life because I deserve it and I know what I deserve, is really gonna make you much more happier in a lot of aspects of life. So if you're not happy in your situation in life, whether that's work, family, or friendships, love, always know and believe that things can become better and you can always work at it. You don't have to be content with misery in a way. You don't have to be content with things you don't want to be content with. Life is so abundant. There's so many opportunities out there to become better and greater, to get more money, get more knowledge. Whatever you want is out there. We just have to believe it, and don't ever settle for anything that you don't want, because it's not worth it and you will never be happy. But if you do realize this one thing, that there is so much out there, there's too much out there actually, then you're never ever gonna settle, and you're gonna always be searching for that happiness that you deserve. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Make sure to comment, subscribe, like, and share. And I will see you guys very, very soon, and take care. Bye.